Alright kids, you've made it to the end of chapter 4 and we're going to take a look at some basic skills, subtracting mixed numbers and working with powers of 10 and dividing those into decimals. Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and subtract 2 1/5 from 3 3/5 in our first problem. And one thing you can notice about doing this is because we have common denominators in both fractions, we're going to worry about the whole number first. So in essence, we're just going to go 3 minus 2 over here, and then we're going to take a look at the fraction itself and deal with the numerators and say 3 minus 1. When we do that, we're going to get 3 minus 2 is 1. And then also 3 minus 1, this one right here, is going to be 2. That's our numerator, and our denominator stays the same. So we actually have 1 2/5 as our answer. Done. We're going to go ahead and do this on this problem, 5 1/7 minus 2 1/2. First thing you need to notice is that our fractions have different denominators, okay? When you want to subtract fractions, you must have common denominators. So we're going to have to change these first, and a common denominator between the two is going to be 14. So we'll take the first mixed number and we'll say 5 1/7, and we'll multiply the top and bottom by 2 to change the denominator to 14. So 2 times 1 is 2, and we have 14 on the bottom. And we'll subtract 2 on the bottom of this mixed number. Changing the 14 means we multiplied the top and the bottom of the fraction by 7. So we'll say 2 7/14. Now, if you notice this, you can see that we need to subtract this, but we can't because this 2 is smaller than the 7. So we're actually going to have to regroup. What we do, we cross off a whole number, and a whole amount out of this mixed number is actually 14 over 14. So we'll add 14 to 2, and that turns to 16, and that's over 14. This whole number of the mixed number changes to 4, and we'll subtract 2 7/14. Now we do just what we did in the previous problem. We'll subtract the whole numbers. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then we'll say 16 minus 7, which gives us 8 over 14. But we're not done. We need to go ahead and change the fraction to simplest form. So we'll say 2, and we'll divide the top and the bottom by 2 of the fraction. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So our final answer is 2 4/7. Nice and easy one. 9 4/7 minus 1 3/7. Take care of the whole numbers first. 9 minus 1 is 8. Noticing that in both of the fractions we have a common denominator, so we can just deal with the numerators, and we'll say 4 minus 3, which is 1, and then we'll say we'll leave the denominator the same, so our answer is 8 1/7. Our next problem, we're going to go ahead and deal with powers of 10, and you can see that we're going to divide 0.043 divided by 100. If you remember our previous lessons, we realized that dividing by power of 10 is easy. All you're doing is moving the decimal place. Our decimal place here between the two zeros needs to be moved to the left by how many zeros we have up here, which is 2. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it over twice, once and twice. And my new decimal place is there, and I add a 0. So my answer now is actually 0.00043. Put it over here, and we're done with this problem. Still recording. Let's go ahead and take note of how many zeros we have. we have 2 zeros, so let's rewrite this decimal with the powers of 10 here. Get the right color out, and we're going to divide it, and we have 0.043 dividing by 100, and we'll move the decimal 2 places, 1, 2, put a new decimal, and draw a 0 there, and we'll say 0 point, we have 3 new zeros here, and 4, 3, and that's our answer. Made the decimal point very large. We're going to divide 24.079 by 1,000, remembering to take note of how many zeros in our power of 10. We have 3 zeros there, so as we write out our number 24.079, and we get ourselves ready to divide this. We all will just move the decimal to the left by how many zeros we have. So let's do that. I'm going to do this in blue. And we start here, and we move over 3 places. 1, 2, and 3, our new decimal point, and we add a 0. We rewrite our answer, so it's going to be 0.024079. And we're done. Back to the basics. 4 divided by 10, realizing that a whole number's decimal is always on the right hand side. You have 1 0. Let's move the decimal over once this direction, and we get our answer of 0.4 or 4/10, which looks like this as a fraction. That's it. Lampa. 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 All right, kids. Chapter 4 is done. Woo-hoo! Well, I got one more thing I need you to do. You need to go to your email, and I've given you a link to an online survey that I need your responses from. Please go there and give me your honest responses. It'll be very helpful. I'd like to know how you guys thought about learning this way, looking at the videos, if you enjoyed them, if you hated them. Just tell me what you think. All right, thanks guys. See you tomorrow in class. Peace.